Mardu Green.
The description. It's got the Nahiri Emrakul package.
Yeah.
It also has 2 Ajanis. The goal is to either suspend a Gargadon, and then with Gargadon suspended, cast Cascade spell and, make your opponent lose all their lands.
Yeah.
And presumably guys, and both of you probably lose most of your hands. Or play one of the Planeswalkers, and then, get Restore Balance and try to win with them. Failing that, you can use Nahiri to discard Restore Balance and then cast it with Goblin Dark Dwellers.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Which will leave you with hopefully a Dark Dwellers against whatever crap guy they've got.
And he has 8 Cascade card possibilities, 4 Island Outbursts and 4 Demonic Dreads.
Yes, sir. Demonic Dread's a little shakier in this deck than it is in Living End because you don't have the Beast Withins to force your opponent to get a guy.
What's up, Indecision?
The removal suite seems better.
Yeah. It's a border post.
Yeah, you can pay 1 and pick up a basic land to put it into play instead of paying its mana cost.
19.
You play those because they're not lands.
Yeah.
And when you cast Restore Balance, it means there's less permanents that your opponent gets to keep.
Yeah.
And that's really the goal.
So that's still Overseer's out. Vacation was great. Thank you for asking. Greater Gargadon. Suspended.
Why did he exile a Spirit Guide for that?
Yeah, it seems weird.
Maybe he has a whole bunch of them.
Just passes back. So this one's kind of like I'm going to just do my own
yeah,
thing.
No, he's got another Spirit Guide. So basically you're just trying to, play your own game and hopefully, you get the Cascade spell you need when you need it.
Yeah. Sending Spirit Guide.
Yeah, Violent Outburst, which will cascade into Restore Balance. He's going to eat his lands to the Gargadon because Gargadon can sacrifice any permanent except Planeswalkers, really.
Yeah.
Maybe enchantments to remove time counters from itself. So then it leaves him with no lands.
Lands and no permanents.
So he'll keep the artifact, but Restore Balance doesn't check artifacts.
Yeah, just creatures and lands.
It'll kill all of Patrick's creatures and all of his lands, which it seems pretty good. This is one of the matchups that this deck wants.
Obnoxious. It's so obnoxious.
It's pretty stupid. I was watching the deck I have here is a list that Pascal Maynard was playing.
Yeah.
And I watched a video of him playing against Affinity, and he had to cast Restore Balance 3 times one game to keep staying alive.
Jesus.
It was so terrible. Out of the board for this type of matchup, the deck has Lingering Souls because you can discard them to the Restore Balance and then cast them afterwards.
Yeah.
To be able to rebuild your board presence and try to stay alive longer. It's the deck is a mess.
Another one of those border posts.
Mm-hmm. No, just cast for cost this time.
Yeah.
He does have a Nahiri, so presumably he's going to play the Nahiri and try to do something with that.
Yeah. Those turn into 1/1s or 2/2s?
1/1s.
Thanks. I'm excited to play Elysium when I have the chance. Okay. But then that Greater Gargadon.
Yeah, I mean, if you wanted to.
But it just isn't anything. It's just a 9/7. So
it's a 9/7.
Yeah, if your opponent removes it, you're just like.
Okay, try to find another way to win.
Yeah, we'll just balance it again.
Yeah, I mean, he could eat all his lands and go for another Restore Balance here.
So it's down to 15?
Because he has a Demonic Dread in his hand. And Patrick made the classic rookie mistake of playing a creature.
Yeah.
I suppose that's like why this like deck plays the Demonic Dreads, is because you know, if your opponent doesn't have a creature in play, you probably don't have to play your Restore Balance.
Yeah. Demonic Dread can't block. Just cascaded only to a Restore Balance, or yeah, Restore Balance.
Restore Balance is the only card that costs less than 2 in the deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a little awkward because he has to keep a land, otherwise he puts the Gargadon into play. Although he could put the Gargadon into play and play just like, you know, Gargadon versus like, you know, Ornithopter. Like that's probably a winning setup.
He kept the land.
But yeah, keeping the land is also good because this way he has all his colors and he can, you know, continue to play spells.
Yeah. That would be pretty sick, Blue Sapphire. So yeah, he would get to keep the Mox Opal in this case.
Yeah, because it doesn't check artifacts. The reason it kills the rest of his stuff is because they're also creatures.
Yeah.
Yeah. The deck plays 2 main deck Blood Moons because, you know, sometimes you can attack on that angle and wreck your opponent if they were expecting you to go for a Restore Balance.
The Greater Gargadon is in. He's here and he's ready to fight.
He's ready to fight.
Built a smash. Yeah, this new thing he's trying out. I think the card's really good. In limited.
I mean, like, what's he casting? He's attacking.
Serenity Game Club, thank you so much for the host. Tim's down to 11.
Yeah, he's gonna play the Nahiri now, I think, and just kill the Ornithopter. Attack Patrick down to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Patrick down to 1.
This deck is such a mess.
Patrick's trying to kill himself, so he just scoops. Game 1 goes to Tim.
Yeah, I think the aggro decks are the matchups that this deck wants to play against.
So in the sideboard, he has a Corrosion Grip, Leyline of Sanctity, Leyline of the Void, Lingering Souls, Pick the Brain, and Ricochet Trap.
We'll probably see the Lingering Souls because they buy infinite time.
Yeah.
And we might see the Ricochet Trap depending on whether he thinks that you know, Patrick has Stubborn Denial or not.
And then in Patrick's sideboard, we have 1 Ancient Grove, 1 Dismember, 2 Etched Champions, 2 Gear of Pure Aether Grooves, 3 Grafdigger's Cage, 1 Gut Shot, 1 Hollow Moonlight, 1 Pilot Needle, 2 Spellskite, 1 Whip Flare.
Yeah, there's not really much out of Patrick's board that does anything to this deck. Like, he could bring in the Grafdigger's Cage and it'll stop the Nahiri from really doing anything.
Yeah.
Other than, you know, like filtering cards and killing stuff forever.
Yeah.
But the rest of his sideboard doesn't really do very much here. He could bring in the Ancient Grudge because it kills border posts.
Yeah, that's good, and that slows down the mana a bit.
And that'll slow him down. And given that the deck is playing 4 colors, it, you know, might cut him off one. Although the green is not really like the green is there for the Violent Outburst and like the 1 Maelstrom Pulse in the main deck.
Yeah. All right. I feel like that went pretty good for Tim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so, Tim definitely did pretty much all the things he's looking to do in a game there.
Yeah. Okay. Patrick's probably not happy about losing to a deck like this.
Oh, he can't be.
No.
This deck is it's like Living End but worse.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know, like stronger against the aggressive decks because you also kill their lands.
Yeah.
But worse in like every other matchup. And like the aggressive decks were already, with the exception of Merfolk, like a pretty good matchup for living in. So.
All right, so we see 3 Lingering Souls and a Corrosion Grip coming in
Mhm.
on Tim's side. Patrick's side, we're seeing
Mystery cards.
yeah. Oh, there we go.
Oh, okay.
He's taking up Build to Smash and Master of Ethereum.
That's
makes
fair. Build to
sense. That
Smash
makes
is
sense.
really not very good in this matchup.
Yeah. And what is Patrick? He's Mystery cards, yeah. Mystery Man. Okay.
Yeah, presumably like he's brought in the Ancient Grudge.
And probably
Hallowed
something-
Moonlight, maybe? It gets Nahiri.
Yeah. What about does Piling Needle on Greater Gargadon work?
Yeah, it'll stop you from sacrificing the lands.
So then make the balance a lot worse because you can't
Yeah.
sack everything in response to it happening.
Yeah.
For Tim's sideboard, there's a Beast Within instead of one of the Leyline
Oh yeah,
Voids.
no, there is.
Okay. Cool.
Because I could only find one Leyline of the Void.
Okay.
We were sleeping this up
Yeah.
like
Just
2 hours
beforehand.
ago. I have 2. I just don't know where it is. It's probably like in the remains of an EDH deck somewhere.
I asked Tim this, and I was gonna. Anyone play with Grizzlebrand? I really like that guy. Tim actually plays with Grizzlebrand. He normally plays Grizzlebrand, and from one obnoxious deck to another is what I've gathered so far. But I've been asking people. I asked Tim this. I was thinking for my set cubes, the 2 ways of going about it is where I try to make an actual like legitimate drafted environment where it
Right.
has all the shitty draft cards. The other one I was thinking was refining it more and like taking out the shit that no one would want, and then having it be like more of a focused experience,
Like a
for the set.
high powered environment.
Yeah, for the set, or even just
Yeah.
like taking out like the obvious like no one takes this card because like Terror at the Fairgrounds, that 5/2. That
Oh, I think you mean Rubble Hulk.
yeah.
Or not Rubble Hulk. What's it called?
Cobble
Brute.
Yeah, Cobble Brute. We see Signal Pressed over on Patrick's side. He's finding the planes.
Yeah. A lot of the time with this deck, you have to find basic lands with your fetches so that you can play your
Yeah.
stupid border posts, because it does have to be a basic land for those.
Does he have a lot of?
Oh, there's like,
So there's a few. There's
Yeah.
4. It looks like of non-basics.
one of those planes should be a forest,
Okay.
I believe. I'm pretty sure there's only 2 planes in the deck.
All right. He passes back. He did another border post.
Yep.
Tune a super low power cube, just so it's the most abysmal thing to play. He's
Suspend restore balance. Yeah, okay.
That doesn't seem too hot here.
Oh, it suspends for like 6.
It does, yeah, especially against Affinity. It looks like that is a Python Needle.
No, Needle does seem pretty good here. I guess like he could name border posts as well,
Yeah.
because they're not lands. Or, no, because it's non-mana abilities. That's what that one does. So he could name border posts, but it wouldn't do anything.
Yeah.
It wouldn't change their functionality at all. That would be bad.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's thought about this. Yeah, he needs to hit a green source here.
Tim's going down to 15. Nahiri.
Nahiri probably either eats Stubborn Denial or like kill that Signal Pest.
Yeah.
I guess he could draw and discard to try and hit what he needs here.
It resolves. See what
Yeah.
that guy.
Presumably Patrick's going to slam the Pithing Needle this turn. And,
Why is Tim using the tiniest? Oh, he's using D20s.
Just in case, probably. I don't know.
Yeah. I'm gonna get my Nahiri up to 18 loyalty.
That's not good.
Travis, I mean, Patrick's hand seems pretty slow right now.
Yep. Yeah, he's got
Nahiri?
he's got no real pressure, which kind of means that Tim can do whatever he wants.
So he named Nahiri with the Python Needle.
Yep. That sounds right.
But next turn, he can activate his Inkmoths, and they turn into artifact creatures, right?
They do.
So we could still Overseer them.
Yep.
And start actually punching and hitting. So here
looks-
we've seen a panic cast Stummer Denial. Yeah.
Presumably on the Restore Balance and not the Demonic Dread.
Yeah, that's it. That's what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing it on that. Yeah.
Yep. It would have been funny if Tim had the Simian Spirit Guide to pay for it.
So there's a little bit of a thing happening. This is what they said, because in an actual like competitive thing, when Patrick showed the Stummer Denial to the spell,
He would be countering the
spell.
Demonic Dread.
So you wanna wait for the Cascade trigger to resolve.
Yeah, because you have to be clear that that's what you're doing,
Yes.
and that you're not responding to the casting trigger that they haven't started resolving yet.
Yes. So if you're ever facing up a Restore Balance,
Or Living End for that matter, which is
Yeah.
much more likely.
yes.
Restore Balance is like the shit one.
Yeah, we're going to Cascade.
Slightly different favorable matchups, and that's pretty much it.
So the only problem is there's only one Restore Balance left, and they just get like,
There is also an Emrakul in the deck, so it's
Yeah.
possible to shuffle them back.
okay, that makes sense.
Not likely, but
Yeah.
possible.
Well, there she is. But she goes to the bottom now because,
Yeah. Well, she goes back into the deck in a random order
yeah.
because those cards all get shuffled up,
And then they go on the bottom?
and then they go on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you could cascade without a spell to hit in your deck and just stack your deck to whatever order you wanted.
So Patrick's going to keep his Ink Moths, which
Uh,
totally...
like moths,
Blink Moths, thank you.
which makes a lot of sense.
And the Python Needle stays, which is awesome.
Yeah. They're both gonna discard most of their. Well, Tim's gonna discard most of his cards,
Yeah. Comes in for 2.
which happens a lot, actually.
That Python Needle is very good here.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're probably looking at
Hey, Brock Chappell, how's it going?
like Mardu Charm on the Blink Moth. Deals 4 damage, kills it. Anguish Unmaking, I think. Yeah, Anguish Unmaking. So Tim will lose 3, but he'll get rid of that. He'll get rid of that Pithing Needle, which puts him back on track to have a win condition when this suspended Restore Balance resolves.
Is that an Aether Grid in his hand? Springleaf Drum.
Yeah, cast Restore Balance. Tim's gonna lose a land.
Yeah. That's really funny. So he's gonna try to find that Emrakul, so
Yep.
Patrick has to do this before. Okay, this is good. Because now we can take that Nahiri down and then... Oh, there's the Mardu Charm.
Tim has a Mardu Charm and the mana to cast, so
Yeah.
he should be fine.
Bro, got an Aegea, dudes. Mardu Charm on the Ornithopter.
Yep.
This is where This is where. Yep, that's gonna be good.
Yep. Scoring
Just keeps
points
it
is
off.
always good.
Yep. Lingering Souls. That's
Lingering
really
Souls
good
is really
here.
good. No, this is pretty much the matchup that card's for.
Yeah.
Also good against like Infect, but I think anyway, like this deck is a dog to Infect though.
Yeah.
No.
No, that was a bad matchup. For,
I think that is one of like Affinity is one of the matchups that
it has a chance.
this deck wants.
Yeah.
It's probably pretty good against like the Jundish builds because you can probably blow up all their lands. And most of them can't do much without them.
Yeah.
They don't actually have that many mana sources.
Mm-hmm.
They only have like, nine sources in their deck, so if you kill 4 of them, they're gonna have a hard time.
Yeah. All right.
I don't know. I have no idea.
We get to see Restore Balance one more time against Mardu Control.
Well, we'll get a chance to test this theory, I guess.
I guess, yeah.